Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathy Lartigue. My channel is Atypical 60, and my channel is geared toward the person who is over 60, aka seniors, baby boomers. And if you're not of that generation, you're more than welcome to watch my reviews and my ramblings. So this video I thought would be fun. I'm just going to talk to you about our recent 2 weeks in the south of France on the Côte d'Azur. It's a trip that we make every summer, being that my husband is from France. He grew up in spending his summers in Tropez and lived during the rest of the year in Paris. I'm very fortunate that I get to visit, so I just want to touch base and kind of discuss a couple of, well, more than a couple, more like a lot of things. But I'm going to put a link below to my blog, which is also Atypical 60. In that blog is like a 5-part series that I wrote about this trip. So what I think it would be really fun for you to do is to click that link, which will bring you to the first of the series of the blogs, and then move from there. You can do it in connection with this video, or you can just say, I've had enough of this one's voice, and just concentrate on the blog. So here we go. Last month, we ended up leaving Newark Airport for Nice Airport to stay at our apartment. And when I say our apartment, we don't own it. We've been renting the same apartment for like 13 years. So I feel as though it's almost our second home, even though we don't own it, it still feels like home. Now, this apartment is right outside of Cannes, and it's just like, it's great. The terrace overlooks the Mediterranean Sea. When you head to the blog, you can get to see the photographs. I suck at editing, so I'm not able to kind of insert photographs. But what I wanted to start off saying is, people have this vision of all of France being like the TV show Emily in Paris. And it is not, it's not like that. Trust me, most of the people that you will be seeing are not walking around in haute couture. They are not running around in the skinniest of jeans. And guess what? Women who are older have a tendency to cut their hair boy short and dye it burgundy to purple. And a lot of them are carrying extra weight. So whatever smoke and mirrors visions that you have of the way people in France are dressed, get it out of your head. Granted, in major cities, people do dress better. And when you're in a place like the French Riviera, it's really chill and it's very, very, very casual. So for the most part, honestly, for the most part, 90% of the time, 90% of the people during the day are going to be dressed extremely casually. Bathing suits, sundresses, maxi dresses, palazzo pants, just like super, super casual. There's a lot of shorts, so whatever you may have heard that only Americans wear shorts, take that thought out of your head. In the evening, people have a tendency to dress to go out to dinner. I kind of like that. And every time that my husband and I did go out to dinner, I did dress it up a bit by wearing a very simple maxi with good sandals, a good wig, not this one because I didn't get this till after we came back. A good wig, put a little bit more makeup on, and that's it. So let me kind of backtrack. When we travel overseas, I like to dress a little so that I don't look like I just rolled out of bed. I wore a really nice pair of linen city shorts, a white tee, and a linen blazer, only because it gets cold in the airplane. On my feet, I did not wear sandals. I think it is so vulgar and disgusting to travel with your feet sticking out. I much prefer closed shoes. And one of the reasons is when you use the bathrooms in the plane, the floors are kind of gross because remember, guys are doing their business in there, and sometimes their liquids have a tendency to make it on the floor instead of in the toilet. So there is no way I want my precious dogs touching any of that stuff. So for me, closed shoes are essential. Also, the bag that I travel with, and I'm not talking about a carry-on at this point. I'm not talking about checked luggage. Since we did go for 2 weeks, I did have a carry-on and I did have checked luggage. And I will tell you right now, I overpacked. Every year I overpack, and every year I say the same thing. Next year it's going to be different. And then the following year, it's not different because I still overpack. But anyway, let me show you the bag that I used as my personal bag. It's the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. This is the the medium size, and it's maybe 6, 7 years old. My husband did get it for me for a birthday present. And this is a workhorse. This bag carries a ton. The amount of stuff that I had journals, I had my books, I had my makeup, I had all sorts of stuff that I wanted to keep close to my person. Now, the one thing that's good about this particular bag, it comes with a pouch. This is the bag that I hate to say bag, this is the pouch that I used whenever we went out in the evening. My phone fits in here. A lipstick or two fits in here, tissues fit in here. That's all I needed. This was great. Even going to the grocery store, grocery lists, whatever. This came in so handy. So that's it. My advice is if you are going to travel overseas, get a good tote, but get one that you're not going to baby. I mean, this thing I shoved like this out under the plane seat in front of me, and I've done that for a long time. Now I want to talk about the clothes. I told you that I overpacked, and I did. This dress, hold on, this dress by Lily Pulitzer, I've had this dress for a couple of years. I took this dress to France last year. I took this dress to France this year. And guess what? I wore this dress almost every day for 2 weeks. The beauty of this dress is it's knee length. Well, it's actually just above the knee, but there's a built-in bra. So the heat, how can I put this? It gets hot as balls down there, like really hot. The last thing that you want to do is wear a bra. But the thing that's great about this is that there's soft cups. So it's got a built-in bra and it's got adjustable straps so that you can, lift your girls up with pleasure and make them look perky. It's hands down one of the greatest dresses I have. And the other thing that was even better about this was there is a washing machine in the apartment. So if I spilled anything on this, or if it got kind of sweaty after a couple of days, all I would do is throw it in the wash air dry it on the terrace, and the next day I'd be able to wear it. It was unbelievable. I don't know if you've heard of the brand Quince. I'll, if I remember, I'll put a link to their website. I did buy I think it's called Tencel maxi dress that is unbelievable. Like the fit is perfect. It's a very comfortable dress. It's a good hot weather dress. I wore that a couple of times in the evening when we went out. And I also have a gray maxi dress from Amazon. It's either from Amazon or Old Navy. I can't really remember at this point, but it's one of the two. I wore that gray maxi out and about a couple of times and out to dinner. And that's all I needed. Honestly, that is all I needed, because we spent so much time from the pool to running errands to the beach to running errands. We really didn't concentrate on sightseeing because we've just seen so many of the sights year after year. So this was kind of the year that we just said, forget about it. We're just going to relax for 2 weeks. I'm going to read books, bake in the sun with sunscreen, and that's it. But we did manage to get really good pool and beach time in. Hold on, I'm going to show you something. Now, one of the greatest things about the women in France, as they age, they really don't care what anybody else thinks of them when they're on the beach. It's normal for women 50 and up, like I'm 68, women my age, women older, women in their 80s are walking the beach in bikinis. Now this bathing suit, I want to show you. Here's the bottom. And here's the top. If you go on, again, if you go onto my blog, you will get a better look of how the bathing suit fits. I'm now 154 pounds. This bathing suit fits beautifully. It doesn't move. It doesn't go anywhere. I didn't wear this. This I'm showing you as an example because my other swimsuits are soaking in the wash right now, hand wash. I have this in medium, and I have this in navy blue. That was the one that I wore most of the time. I went swimming in the Mediterranean for a couple of days, all day, like all day. It was so hot that I would come out of the water maybe for 5 minutes, then jump right back in. And I didn't wear a wig. I had what hair I have left pulled back in a ponytail. I didn't care if my bald spots were showing because I don't know anybody there. They don't know me. And personally, when it's really hot out, I just want to be comfortable. And it's such a pleasure to see women who are older and every sort of body type in a bathing suit that doesn't have a skirt, in a bathing suit that's just a bikini because that is comfortable and that is what they're wearing. And if nobody likes it, look the other way. So I do have an enormous amount of admiration for the women over there because they're not, I mean, here you go to the beach and women won't even wear a bathing suit because they're so body shamed, and they shouldn't be, because every woman's body is beautiful. No matter what you weigh, if you're the skinniest person on earth or if you have a very well-rounded body, you're beautiful. So that was that. It was casual dress, bathing suit, hardly any makeup. The only makeup that I wore was mascara, my brow makeup, and eyeliner. That was it. Like after a day at the beach or after a day at the pool, I would put bronzer on if we were going out, just kind of even out my skin tone. But that was basically it. I want to show you some of the stuff that I bought. Now, this is a perfect example. What I'm going to show you, these two bras are a perfect example of the fact that you don't need to spend a fortune to get great underwear and lingerie in France. Now, this is one of those. It's underwire, and it doesn't really look like it's going to push your girls up, but it does. This one too. They were each on the average of $8 American. So basically for 16 bucks, I bought 2 bras, and I bought them at Géant Hypermarché. This Géant Hypermarché is great because it's like Target on steroids. There's tons of food, any kind of food you want, but they also sell everything from washing machines to bras. Like, it's crazy. I love that store, and that's one of the first things that we do after we unload our suitcases at the apartment. We get into the car and we drive to Géant Hypermarché to just fill up on essentials and food that we might need while we're there. So, bras. Another thing that I like, and no matter what country that you go to that is a foreign language country, you may want to kind of like study the language a little bit. I always get recipe magazines because, believe it or not, translating the recipes from French to English or whatever language you want to translate the recipes from, it's fun. It's a challenge and it's fun. And it's pretty easy to translate, believe it or not. And I've made some recipes that have turned out really great. Now, I purchased these reading glasses. I purchased 2 pair of these also at the Hypermarché. They were 12 euros each. And for the quality, I mean, the quality of this, they're thick. They're really, like, they fit great under my wigs, and they're reading 200. They're perfect. Like, I should have bought more reading glasses, and now I know next time to do so. But, oh, where'd they go? There's also another brand that I like, and I have purchased readers on their website, but they now have a store. They have a store in Nice, and they also have one in Saint-Tropez. Now, the name of this brand is Easy. I went into the store in Saint-Tropez, and I bought reading sunglasses. I think these were the equivalent of $50 US, and they're worth every cent. Aren't they great? I mean, I can see perfectly. It's unbelievable. But what I like about the reading sunglasses is when I go to the pool or the beach, I don't have to bring 2 pair of glasses. This takes care of everything. Even when we're out and about traveling, I don't have to sit there and, I mean, if you wear readers and sometimes you have to switch from regular sunglasses back to your readers, it can be kind of a challenge. But with this, I don't find a lot of reading sunglasses that I like. Usually they're bifocaled, and that's a pain in the neck. But there goes the tag. But these are actually very, very good. I'm putting them back in the box now. I really like these. Next, and it's also another Saint-Tropez purchase. If you read my blog or follow me on Instagram, then you know how much I love the sandals by the brand Rondini. Like, it's a family-owned business. They have been in Saint-Tropez for decades, and it's a small, tiny store, but what they produce is amazing. And every time that we go to Saint-Tropez, I usually fit into my schedule to buy a pair of these. I've amassed quite the collection over the years. This year, I was lucky enough to get two. My husband saw that I liked two pairs, so he bought two pair for me. This is the Salome model. I have these in Python and I have them in black. And I just wanted a more like neutrally tan color. Now, these are custom made. You try them on, they measure your foot, they go in, they take straps, they attach the straps. I have a narrow foot, so they fit the outline of my narrow foot for these sandals. And for the price, I mean, for two pairs of sandals, it was the equivalent of $300 US. I have Tory Burch Miller sandals that were $200 a piece, and they stretched out to the point where I can't wear them. It's the same with Jack Rogers. They don't even the narrow sandals are too wide. So for my money, and if you have a narrow foot, go onto their website. It's priceless. Here are the other sandals. It's a more sophisticated flip-flop, if you will, patent leather. And they give you a bag for each pair of sandals. So I think the dust bag is great. Not only is it great for traveling, but it's also great for storage, especially if you're staying on your vacation, you're in sandy places, you bring sand back to wherever you're staying. These really protect everything. Next is scent. Now, hold on one second. I love Fragonard. Uh-oh. I can't find it. I love Fragonard, and I love Fragonard scents. So every year we head to Grasse and we go to the Fragonard boutique that's at their like tour factory, if you will. The factory area where they give the tours is very touristy. But behind that, there's a parking lot and has a boutique. The boutique is absolutely fantastic. The sales assistants are great, and there is a plethora of things that you can choose from. So I am obsessed with Fleur d'Oranger. It's my favorite summer scent. I got a refill. I've had this bottle, but I bought a big refill. So this way, I don't have to worry about running out. I also purchased the shower gel and the body lotion in this, and both are fantastic. The scent is so summery and soft, and you honestly feel like you're in the south of France. I also bought two. Wait, hold on a second. I also bought two of these. These are diffusers. Here, these are diffusers, and they have sticks, and they scent up a room so beautifully. The Fleur d'Oranger that I have is in our kitchen area right now, and this is Narcisse, and this really smells good too, but I'll use this more for the autumn. Okay. Oh, here's the body lotion. Here's the Fleur d'Oranger body lotion. This is great. I have another one that's in my bathroom, but I go through this very quickly. I mean, look, it's almost halfway used. It's just that it smells so nice. It's not super thick. It's a little bit more on the liquidy side, but it makes your skin feel and smell so good. And speaking of other scents, at the airport, we kind of had some euros to spend. So I purchased this LaLa perfume. It's part of the Arpège family, and my mom used to wear Arpège all the time. So I thought it would be a good idea to just kind of be reminded of her a little bit and purchase it. Now, I purchased this blind, so I had no idea what the scent was going to be like until I came home. And surprisingly, it's really beautiful. I also purchased Guerlain's La Petite Robe Noire because that's one of my favorite scents, and the price for that in France is a lot better than the price point here in the States. That's in a box. I haven't even unwrapped it yet because I will be using it when the weather gets slightly cooler. It's too much to wear in this hot weather. I also did purchase the Chanel cream blush at the airport for duty free. I couldn't find the particular shade that I was looking for in the States, so I was able to find it over there. Word to the wise: be on your guard and don't take anything for granted. We had gone to Tropez and we were at a museum. The name of the museum is Musée l'Annonciade. It used to be a church and now it is a museum. It is a beautiful museum. It is not a large museum. The exhibits are curated beautifully. So we went there and then we walked over to my father-in-law's museum, Musée Danny Lartigue, which is La Maison du Papillon. He has a butterfly museum and it's absolutely astounding. Sadly, he passed away, so we did go to see his grave site, but the museum is still there. So when we were in the museum, I went into my bag to take my phone out because I wanted to take pictures. I couldn't find it. So I was like, Vincent, my phone, it's not in my bag. So my husband said to me, go upstairs to the studio and just empty everything out. So I did. I went upstairs, went to Danny's old studio, emptied everything out on the floor. Nothing. Like, my phone wasn't there. I can't even describe the feeling that I had because it wasn't, panic hadn't yet set in because I was basically too afraid to panic. It's like the only thing that I could think of was my whole life is in that phone. I don't know what happened to it. So I put everything back in my purse. We left the museum and we backtracked. I went back to the Musée l'Annonciade and explained, basically my husband explained because his French is a hell of a lot better than mine, explained what happened. One of the workers there, a young guy, his name was Theo, was by my side the entire time and he was so concerned. I backtracked. We spent an hour looking for my phone. There was no phone. At this point, I was really getting panicky, but I kind of didn't want to show it because I knew that if I showed being panicky, my husband would have just like been his usual, oh, Kathy. And I just didn't want to deal with that. So I started backtracking every move that I made in that museum. Now, in that museum, on one of the floors are leather chairs, and they're like club chairs. So they have cushions, okay? Other than saying a prayer to St. Anthony, I decided to take the cushions out and stick my hand on the side of the chair. I found the phone. What happened was, okay, ow. I had this bag. So this bag was over my shoulder. I'd been taking pictures and went to put the bag, that went to put the phone in my bag. I don't really pay attention to a lot of the stuff that I do. So I was just kind of looking around and threw the phone into my bag. Only the phone never made it into my bag. It slid in between the bag and me and slid into underneath the cushion of the chair. So word to the wise, pay attention to what you do, because we literally spent an hour and a half of wasted time because I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. And trust me, it could have been a lot worse. So the rest of the trip went without a hitch. I will say, when we went to my husband's favorite childhood beach of l'Estagnol in the Var, he was slightly disappointed because of the crowd. And we did not go in high season. We went right on the cusp of low season going into high season. That beach, I have never, ever seen l'Estagnol so crowded before. I mean, it was almost like being a sardine in a can. It didn't bother me that much, but my husband really likes his space. I mean, for me, I was in the water most of the day. So I love the Mediterranean because I'm not a wavy person. I really get nervous in undertows, and I don't like being thrashed around by waves. And here on the Jersey Shore and out on Long Island, there have been a lot of shark attacks this summer. So I don't want to be near any shark. Just give me the Mediterranean, where it's overly salty, my body can float, and I can just relax. So we had gotten to l'Estagnol. The other beach that we went to was San Rafael, which, like, that beach, if it was up to me, I would have gone every day instead of the pool. But it was really good. Like, we hit a couple of restaurants. The community, the gated community that we stay in, has a clubhouse, which has like an incredible restaurant. We went to the restaurant there. We had a great time. There's also another restaurant called Le Dutron that we must have passed by for the past 13 years and never went in. This was the year we decided to go, and the dinner was so great. I have tons of pictures about that dinner, which is in the blog post. I think it might be part 3 or yeah, I think it might be part 2 or part 3. But trust me, that dinner was one of the best. We also had dinner in Cannes on our last night, and it was great. And honestly, the people are wonderful. I know that there's been a lot of talk about, oh, the people in France aren't that nice. Well, yeah, they are. All they want is just a little respect. So if you go into an establishment or if you go into a store, all you have to do when you enter, you don't have to sit there and like smile your big American smile. All you have to do is just maybe nod your head and say bonjour. And that's it. And then when you leave, you can just say au revoir or bonne journée, merci, bonne journée, and that's it. It's like, people are genuinely very nice. They're just super polite. And I think politeness is something that is missing here these days. Also, there were talks about riots throughout France. And when we were there was not one riot. I know that in Paris, there were manifestations that got a little crazy because of the police shooting a young man, and the young man had a record. So, like, can you explain to me how a young man who had a record, who was trying to outrun the police, have these manifestations that the rest of the world advertises as riots in France? Like, that's crazy. Because even during the most active manifestation, nobody got hurt, nobody got killed. When that happens here, you get a lot of people who get hurt. But like that's it. Overall, it was great. The weather was fantastic. There was nothing not good. The nights that we didn't go out, we enjoyed our dinners at home with aperitifs. The view of the Mediterranean never gets tired. So, oh, we also went into Antibes to the Picasso Museum, which is great. So, like, that's kind of it. I'm rambling for 35 minutes here, but I just wanted to touch base about how we spent our summer vacation in France. So that's it. I'm putting the link to my blog below. And honestly, I'm not even going to beg you to subscribe to my channel because either you like it or you don't. But I am going to beg you to please read the blog posts because I worked really hard on those blog posts and they're just an honest account of our vacation on the Côte d'Azur, and the photographs were really great. Even the day in Saint-Tropez that I couldn't take that many photographs because I lost my phone, even that day, the photographs that I did manage to take were good. So that's it. Whether you're going on vacation in France, whether you're going on vacation in Italy, whether you're going on staycation in your backyard, in your pool, have a great time, and I will see you later. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. And I'm really interested, if you watch the whole thing, to read comments if you decide to comment and if you decide to go on the blog, because I don't know, I'm just genuinely interested to hear from you. So have a great day, enjoy the rest of the Sunday, and stay safe, stay cool, and you be you. Bye.